Good morning, welcome to today's vlog. If this is your first time here, I'm Amber. I make videos about kind of crunchy motherhood lifestyle. If you like that sort of content, I'd love to see you around here more often. Just hit that little subscribe button down below. The weather has been really nice and warm lately, but of course today it took a little dip. It's supposed to be in the 50s and I was hoping it would be sunny. I mean, it's still early, so we'll see, but right now it is kind of cloudy and gloomy looking out, so I'm not 100% sure what today is going to look like. My original plan was to take Kai to Fort Collins this morning, not all day, but just for the morning into the afternoon and then come back for lunch. Here's the problem. Whenever the weather is gloomy, I just lose motivation to do much outside of the house. And I have been trying to snap out of that since we moved here to Colorado because I don't want to let bad weather stop me and stop my son from having a good day. Like, I don't want to teach him that if it's gloomy or rainy or snowy, that you just have to like stay inside and wait for it to pass. The thing about Fort Collins though is that it takes like 40, 45, maybe sometimes 50 minutes to get there. And so it's like a weird in-between distance. It's less than an hour, so I don't feel like it's a whole process to get there, but it's over 30 minutes. So I feel like we can't just pop over there and pop back. Like I have to plan a little bit. But I wanted to do a little bit of shopping because I decluttered my closet last year. It was a really big declutter and it was great. I got rid of over half of my clothes, but I don't want to say I don't have enough because that's not the truth. I guess it's just like everything I got rid of gave me the space to see where I could add in some pieces that I really want, that I would really like and wear a lot. I've been making little Pinterest inspo boards as I do, so I have an idea of the types of items that I would like to get. I do look at the thrift stores. That's always my first go-to, but I have a really hard time finding a good selection at thrift stores in my size, so I always check, but a lot of times I'm unsuccessful. So I don't know. That's what I want to do today. Yeah, I need to get going if we're going to do that because I would like to be out of here if we are going to do that by 9:30 at the latest. Kai's laying in my bed right now and he's listening to music. He woke up feeling a little groggy, so he wanted to go do that. And I was like, okay, I am going to make crepes. I made this batter yesterday. It's so easy. I've talked about this before. It's just eggs, milk, flour. That is it. And then you just need a stainless steel pan. That's what I found works the best. And this is the great thing about crepes is that if you don't use all the batter, you can easily store it for an extra day or two. Okay. We left at 10:10, so definitely later than what I was hoping for. Kai. I was debating coming at all, but then I was talking to Alex and he was like, just go. He likes getting out, and I think we're mostly going to be at home this weekend, aside from a little Easter egg hunt at the park we're going to do tomorrow. So Alex is actually going to meet me here, so maybe we will get lunch here. But yeah, I'm glad that we came. And someone clearly has some energy he needs to get out. Nothing has sprouted, and then I'll check around noon and multiple things have sprouted, so don't judge me. I'm talking quietly because Kai is still napping and I don't want to be the one to wake him up. I started the seeds that I need to start indoors 1 to 2 weeks ago. I did my bell peppers 2 weeks ago and 2 out of 3 of them have sprouted. And my tomatoes and basil I started a week ago, and both my basils have sprouted and most of my tomatoes have sprouted. I did 4 different varieties of tomatoes and only one kind has not sprouted at all yet. So tomorrow will be 7 days. I decided I'm gonna add another peat pot of the oxheart tomatoes. That's the one that hasn't sprouted at all yet. And then 1 more pepper plant because I did 2 bell pepper plants last year, not from seed. I just got them from the store. This year, I would like to do 3 if I can fit them in, but 2 end up being pretty good. So if this other one doesn't sprout, it's not the end of the world, but I want at least to have the option. And I know that bell peppers can take a while, like they're stubborn. My only concern is that the other 2 that I sowed they've already sprouted. And so the fact that the 3rd one hasn't yet could be normal. It just seems weird that clearly the conditions are right. And that's kind of how I'm feeling about the oxheart tomatoes. They're still within the normal window, like they're not late to sprout yet, but I want to have a backup just in case. So that is what I'm gonna do really quick. I have a little bowl of water to like blow up the little peat pots, so I'm gonna do that. You may have noticed that I put out our spring and summer decor, which is not much. It's just a few things, but it's enough that it changes the feel in our home just enough to go more with the seasons. I was really excited because for Christmas, my mom got me this cotton throw that I've had my eye on, and I've never put a throw on the back of our couch like this. So at first I was like, this looks really, really weird, but I love it. I feel like it just has a fresh, not so cozy look like having the blanket on the ottoman section of our couch does. And then I decided to replace 2 of our shams that were just looking really run down. I don't understand shams at all because all 3 of these pillows we've had for almost 4 years since we got this couch. So this sham is 4 years old, and this one in particular looks great. It is from West Elm, so I would have originally thought that maybe it's better quality, but the other one that I just replaced is also from West Elm. It's also 4 years old, and it looks rough. Like it's pilling, it's a little bit discolored. This pillow has had like 3 different shams. The one that we first got was from West Elm, and it was very like poofy, and it was like the one that I replaced, but just that like middle section. I don't even know how to describe it. Anyway, it ended up getting torn up, and then we replaced it for something cheap because when I was breastfeeding Kai, I would rest my arm on this a lot, and so we didn't want it to get like disgusting and dirty. And then when I was done breastfeeding, or when I was done using this pillow as a prop for my arm all the time, I got another sham from Amazon. That's the one that I replaced a couple of days ago. I'll post a picture of it right here because I could not wait for myself to vlog to replace it. And that one also has gotten pretty torn up. So I'm hoping that this one lasts. This is a chatty vlog. I feel like I'm talking a lot. Fort Collins ended up being kind of a win, kind of a loss. There were a few things I saw a couple weeks ago that I decided not to get, and that's my problem with shopping. I have to go into shopping or thrifting already with some inspiration or some ideas for what I'm looking for. Otherwise, unless there's something that really jumps out at me and I'm just like, oh my gosh, yes, I love it, I will look and maybe try on, but I won't commit to buying anything because I need time to think about if I really, really love something, and then also if that thing is going to go with everything or most of what I already have. First, I got this shirt. This was the last one they had, and it's in my size. It's very simple, it's neutral, it'll go with a bunch of the things that I already have. I realized though that I think I have one other tank top. Yes, I only have one tank top, so this will make 2. And at another store, I got this cute lemon claw clip. When I originally saw this, I kept looking at it and I felt like it was too bright and whimsical for me, but I just kept thinking about it, and a lot of my clothes are so neutral, so there's no reason that something like this wouldn't go with my clothes. It'd be so cute with this, like strawberry lemonade vibes. The last thing I got is these sunnies. I have 3 pairs of sunglasses, and they are all very, very old. One of them, this pair, is like 10 years old. I'm going to keep these because they were not cheap, and these are like my outdoor, like my hiking sunglasses. This is a reason to buy good quality sunglasses because they last a long time. The reason it was kind of a loss though was because it ended up being pretty chilly. The temperature itself was cool, but it felt fine. The problem was that it was windy, and that made it feel extra brisk, and Kai didn't really want to run around. Like, he mostly wanted Alex or I to carry him. And on top of that, I feel like I am getting sick. I'm trying to mostly take it easy. That's why I had that throat coat tea when Kai was napping. Alex got me a couple of things to make miso soup, and I think that he and Kai are probably just going to get takeout, or Kai can have some miso soup if he wants, but I'm really hoping to kick this because tomorrow there's an Easter egg hunt. I think I already mentioned this, that we were gonna take Kai to, and I mean, Alex can take him regardless, but I would really rather not be sick for that. I'm always in my kitchen when I end my vlogs for some reason. I am drained. I don't necessarily feel better, but I don't feel worse either. So I'm really hoping that a good night's rest will help me kick whatever the heck this is. I'm going to go ahead and end this here though. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.